Welcome to the part 2 of this video series. Here we are covering the Azure AI 900 important exam questions. We will also go through the key concepts while we are going through the questions. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Please drop in your comments if you think this is helping you out. For questions 1 to 5, please refer the part 1 of this video series. This series of videos will help you clear the AI 900 exam successfully. These are all key questions which are very important from the exam perspective, and we will look at each and every options and explanations for each and every answers. These are very detailed explanations, so I would request you to please focus on the concepts. Now let's jump to the questions. So this question is saying that you already have a scanned document. You already have scanned documents, and you want to extract text, key value pairs, and table data from it automatically. So which service would help you do that? Now let's look at Ink Recognizer first. See, this service is decommissioned. The Ink Recognizer API has been decommissioned on January 31st 2021. So this no longer is valid. Now let's look at option A, Form Recognizer. See, I'll show you an example of table data in a document. So this is table data. The data is in tables. You see this, these are in tables, and you want to read this automatically. So Form Recognizer is the right service for this purpose. It is born to perform this functionality, that it will scan the documents and it will extract text, key value pairs, and table data. Now let's look at custom vision. So custom vision is basically a computer vision. You show some images, you train the model, and then that model will be deployed so that it can work on other images as well. Let's look at an example. Now this is World Trade Center in New York. So I would train a model, a custom vision model, to identify this image as World Trade Center. Okay, so I've trained it now. Now if I show it some other images of World Trade Center, then the custom vision service should be able to recognize the World Trade Center. So this is an image where we are showing a night vision of the World Trade Center, and your model should be able to recognize that, and it gives you confidence if it is 97% confident or 80% confident or 50% confident that the results it is showing is good. Now take another example of an aeroplane. We showed the custom vision model that this is the plane, and we trained the model. So the custom vision service now knows this is an aeroplane, and if I show it another picture of a plane, it should recognize it. So if I show this now, it might get a bit confused, but if your model is good, this service should be able to recognize that this is still an aeroplane, but the confidence level can be relatively lower, but it should still be able to recognize this is a plane. So that is all that you need to know about custom vision for this question. Now let's talk about text analytics. Why is text analytics used? As suppose you have an unstructured text, something like a Twitter feed. Now you all must have heard about the recent farm protests in India by the farmers against the 3 laws. Now suddenly you saw Rihanna tweeting, Greta tweeting, and you are wondering that, hey, the international community is talking about it, and this is one serious issue, and so on. And then you look at the media or the TV channels. Certain channels are talking in favor and certain are talking against, and it is very difficult for you as a viewer to understand what is the real sentiment around it. Just because Rihanna has tweeted about it, it becomes a highlight? No. Now you want to understand the real sentiments. Is it a Twitter storm? Is it a storm like people have organized and they wanted to bombard Twitter with comments, and is it a storm? Or are there real sentiments? So in that case, what we usually do is we take the Twitter feeds. These are all unstructured data, and we use text analytics to understand. Say, for example, in this case, just before Rihanna tweeted, what was the sentiment and how many people were talking about it. Post Rihanna tweeting, what was the sentiment and how many people talking about it. And if you really want to understand the real sentiments, then you will have to base this analysis over a time period of data, for example 15 days or 20 days before the event, and then you can see what is the sentiment, and you can draw a trend, like the sentiment was initially starting negative, then it went positive, and then it caught up or it faded, etc., so on. That you can do it through text analytics. I hope the concepts are clear. So we will lock our answer as option A, and we will move forward with the next question. So this question is asking about, you know, you have to design an AI system and you have to empower everyone. What it means is, even people who have visual, hearing, or other impairments, they should still be able to use your application. So this is an example of which Microsoft guiding principles for responsible AI. Now, responsible AI, this is something which is a very good concept. You must have seen. Now, if you see this tweet from Elon Musk, he is asking that government organizations should develop auditing capabilities or regulation capabilities for AI related companies, and which includes his own company, OpenAI. And he himself was not very optimistic. He was pessimistic about Dario Amodei, the research director of OpenAI. So what he's saying is he's not very confident that AI can be trusted totally. So that is also one of the guiding principles of responsible AI, that you have to make your AI transparent. If anybody wants to know what is this AI code doing, there should be features available to show that. But in this case, we are not talking about accountability. Here we are talking about inclusiveness. Why? Because we want this gentleman here who has hearing impairment to be able to use the AI based apps, as well as we want this child here who has vision impairment to be able to still use your AI based app. So normal people can use it with not much of hassles, but we want people who have certain sort of impairments to also use it, and hence this is called inclusiveness. So accountability is also a feature that I showed. Elon Musk is worried that some sort of regulation should happen because AI cannot be trusted fully. So there should be some accountability. But in this case, this example is talking about just the inclusiveness guiding principle of Microsoft. Now let's see the next question of this part 2, question number 8. So this question is asking about prediction of the number of gift cards that can be sold next month. So then if you want to predict the number of gift cards, that's a number that you're predicting. And for number, you should always use regression. That's the thumb rule. It's a no-brainer. Okay. So classification model, it works if you have a certain set of population of data, and sorry, you have a data of a population, and then you want to classify who are COVID positive and who are COVID negative. So we will lock this answer as regression. Let's move to the next question. Basically, this question is asking about your image scanner on your mobile. So on your cell phones, if you have a good cell phone, you do get apps from your app store where you can use these apps for scanning the images on the fly. It doesn't matter whether you are traveling on a train, on a cab, or elsewhere. You can still use this app. So these image scanning apps, they actually use optical character recognition, and this is not a new thing. A lot of things in AI 900 syllabus is relatively new for a lot of us if we have not worked on AI, but this is not new. You already have this in your mobile apps. Similar to Adobe Scan, there can be other technologies where you just install the app, and from the mobile phone you can just put the document in front of the phone, and your phone already has this app already has an optical character recognition system. Now this is the right answer, but option C and B, this is a feature of custom vision where it has to deal with images. When we are talking about scanning, we are referring to the OCR type of computer vision. So this is the last question of this video. So the question says that you need to determine the location of cars in an image. So this is your garage, and you have to locate the location of the cars in the image so that you can estimate the distance between the cars. So between this car and this car, we can estimate the distance, or between this car and this car, you can estimate the distance. So which type of computer vision we should use? These are the options. This is very easy. If you notice, what we are doing actually is an object detection. We are trying to identify the object. The object in this case are cars. So there can be, you can program to check for this car or multiple cars. Now OCR has a very different purpose, like we saw in the previous question. It is used to scan the documents. That is how it does optical character recognition. Now face detection, if you have an image with people in it and you want to identify, or you want your program or computer to identify if in this image there are people, it will do a face recognition. This face, it will do a face recognition, and that is the purpose of this. That will not help you with this problem statement. So this is our final answer. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. See you in the part 3 of this video series.